We've already seen how Decision Point from Antivia enables business people to consume information in a way that works for them, by making business information as accessible and easy to use as the information we take for granted in our home lives. Now we'll see just how quickly and easily you can create the types of sophisticated, professional-looking information apps that frontline workers in your organisation need. What's more, you'll see that this is all achieved without coding, so you don't require scarce programming resources to get things done, which means you achieve a fast time to value. So let's see how we go about creating an information app for the salespeople who work for That's the Spirit, a fictitious wholesaler of alcoholic drinks selling to bars, restaurants and clubs. We start by selecting the data that we want to work with. Here this comes from our CRM system, which could be Salesforce, SAP or Microsoft Dynamics, for example. Before we start laying out our app, we're going to select our corporate theme, which has been set up for us. This ensures all the apps we deliver have a consistent, high-quality look and feel, which helps to build trust and drive high levels of user engagement. Now we're ready to choose and lay out the components in our app. We have over 50 components to choose from, and we can lay these out free format, so it's quick and easy to create the interface that fits the way our business users work, rather than forcing them to fit the way the tool works. So here we have a table, and we can choose to display some extra measures. Notice how the measures are nicely formatted. This formatting was defined for us as part of our dataset to save us a little time. See how we can switch out the year dimension and replace it with status. And notice how Decision Point automatically re-aggregates the data for us at the correct level. This makes our lives easier as designers. We can pull in charts too, where we can display multiple series. We can drop in a big number to make it easy to keep an eye on those KPIs. And if there's data we need to calculate because it isn't in our raw data set, then we can do that too. Here's a simple calculation for the number of orders. And here's a slightly more sophisticated calculation to display the average order value. Decision Point also provides over 50 functions you can use within your expressions, but the key thing here is that creating an expression is as easy as defining an Excel formula. We can add these new custom columns into our components, for example the big number and our table. If we want to define some colour-coded alerts to keep tabs on our average order value, then we can do that too. Again, we use expressions to define the rules for our alerts. Here adding a red warning to our big number should average order value drop below $2,700. And here showing a green circle where average order value is above $2,700. And we can apply these same alerts to our table too. Now let's add some interactivity into our app to make it easy for our business users to get to the information they need to make them effective. We can drop in a radio button to add a filter on status. We can add a combo box and use this to filter by company type. We can also include a drill bar to allow our users to drill through the time, product and geographic hierarchies that were set up as part of our dataset. And at any time we can preview our app on both desktop and on mobile devices to see how it looks and to ensure it's behaving as expected. This ability to preview on all target devices makes it much quicker and easier to create apps that need to run across several platforms. You can see how we can filter our data and drill down to lower levels. To provide our users with a more rounded view of their business area, we can drag in a view stack component to provide a tabbed interface. Here we've placed our existing chart, table and big number into a summary view. We've also added product and customer tabs. In the product tab, we've added two bar charts showing order value by product category and the number of returns by product category. In the customers tab, we're showing order value by customer type and by the state where the customer is located. To help our frontline workers use their data to take effective action, it's useful if they can get down to the underlying transactional detail. So here we're adding a pop-up dialog so we can view the underlying transactions in a table. But we also want to be able to filter the data in this table by salesperson and whether the order has been paid without filtering the other components in the app. To do this, we create a subview of our data, which we can filter by the selected value in the salesperson combo box and the payment indicator radio button. We then link the table to this new dataset and Decision Point manages the rest for us. To allow the user to trigger the pop-up dialog, we add a push button to the main page of the app. And we set a behaviour on this button, so when it's clicked, it will open our dialog. Previewing the app, we can move through the different tabs, drill, and filter our data. We can then see the transactions underlying the current view by bringing up the pop-up dialog. Here we can further filter the data in the transactions table without affecting the data in the rest of the app. Finally, once we're happy with our app, we can share it so it's available for our salespeople to use from their desktop or tablet devices, whether they are online or offline. So we've just seen how easily you can create professional-looking, sophisticated information applications that answer multiple questions and meet the needs of modern business users. You can create new apps quickly because you aren't dependent on scarce development resources. And business users can pick up and use these apps without training, allowing them to get answers to their questions without having to go back to IT or head office, meaning they are more productive and more effective. To see for yourself, download a 15-day trial of Decision Point Designer.